In this video, we're going to break down Iliman Ndiaye's role and impact at Everton. We're going to look at his positioning, his ball carrying, 1v1 threat, and defensive work, and why he's become such an integral cog in Everton's attack. Hello and welcome back to the Total Football Analysis YouTube channel. My name's Jack Ward, where throughout the week, we're going to be diving deep into the tactics that make the beautiful game so brilliant. Let's go. Iliman Ndiaye's pizza chart shows a ball-dominant wide forward with a big dribbles per 90 segment, indicating a strong preference to receive to feet, drive at defenders, and turn carries into shots and penalty box touches. He's given that license to either drive down the outside or cut inside into that beautiful left half space. The pattern is consistent. First, he threatens the overlap to stretch the fullback wide. Second, he attacks the defender's hips in a way into the central zones where he can either shoot or slide runners through. From a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 shape, he alternates between hugging the touchline for width and coming inside to act as an interior attacker. When the ball is on the right, he positions himself on the blind side of the opposing right back, ready to sprint across the line if a diagonal switch is played. Ndiaye's game is built on secure first touches and the ability to manipulate the ball slowly before accelerating. He often receives on his back foot with his hips half open. This lets him either roll the ball inside onto his stronger foot or explode down the line. The first touch invites the defenders to step in, setting up a body swerve to change the direction quickly. Against Wolves, we see this clearly. Ndiaye receives the ball from the right side, and with subtle feints and tight control, he evades tackles and drifts into more central areas where there are more options to combine. He forces the opposition fullback into a dilemma. Do they follow him inside and leave space wide, or hold position and leave an extra man for those working in central zones? This contrast between a soft cushion control and a sharp, explosive second action is a recurring theme that breaks the defender's timing every single time. He's also comfortable receiving in crowded pockets too. There he uses sole rolls and inside-outside touches to receive the ball and adjust those passing angles. He is a very, very technically gifted footballer, and he's got so much to give in so many different areas. Against West Ham, he wrong-foots youth brilliantly with a sequence of body feints and then creates space for a dangerous cross. He sells one movement with his shoulders, then drags the ball across his body to escape the reaching foot. It also changes stepping rhythm too to draw defenders into lunges, then dribble away on the third contact. Also, physically, he's sturdier than his height suggests. He'll hold his ground in contact, which helps when shielding and riding tackles, because ultimately these defenders and these oppositions have got no choice but to try and tackle him because he is so comfortable driving at them and taking them on. Which does make so much sense when I tell you that he's currently averaging 2.7 successful take-ons per 90, placing him in the top 5% among his positional peers in Europe's top 5 leagues, and Ndiaye profiles as one of Europe's most reliable offensive ball carriers. The quality of these take-ons too, I think, comes from him managing his duels. He starts by sizing up his opponent, then invites the challenge by pushing the ball just beyond the immediate leg reach. And then as the defender engages and steps in, he accelerates through that line of contact rather than going around him.
Want to take your football analysis to the next level? Visit totalfootballanalysis.com now and get a 2-week free trial. Gain exclusive access to in-depth match breakdowns, scouting reports, and expert insights.
And I do believe it's that physical profile that he does have. It helps him so much here because shoulder to shoulder, that contact doesn't bother him. Opponents expect to move him, to be honest, but they often bounce off his frame when trying to tackle across his body. And Ndiaye's passing is geared towards verticality. He looks forward early and scans for runners before they even receive the ball. On the right this season, he's combined so well with Kieran Dewsbury Hall to create third-man patterns, play into feet, bounce, and release a runner into space. In the middle third, he can receive under pressure, as spoken about earlier, roll away from that first challenge, and then thread a pass between the lines into the number 10 or the number 9. This makes him a really useful progressor through contact, not just a dribbler. His goal threat predominantly comes from a mix of off-the-ball movement and shot selection. From the left, he times back post runs, and when the ball's on the right, he likes to arrive on the blind side of the fullback for tap-ins and cutbacks. But he also has that variety when he can drive to the byline for low pullbacks or cut inside to curl towards the far corner. I mean, he's got a lot of variety. He can do a fair bit when it comes to shooting, can Iliman Ndiaye. In the league fixture recently against Sunderland, he capitalises on a loss of possession from Noah Sadiki. He then drives forward forward, then at the last moment takes a touch away from Dan Ballard, out-muscles Granit Xhaka, which is not easy, by the way, and bends his finish into the back of the net. I do think his finishing is still a developing part of his game, but the composure to delay and wait for a supporting run is there. This season for Everton, he's averaging 0.49 goal involvements per 90, placing him in the top 10% for Premier League players so far. That's very, very impressive. I think it would be wrong of us not to mention Ndiaye's defensive work, because he offers more defensive intensity than most wide forwards in the league. He records 2.2 tackles per 90, which is in the top 6%, and around 6.25 ball recoveries per 90, which is an elite number. That sees him in the top 1% among Premier League players and Premier League attackers. In Everton's press, he curves his run to block the pass into midfield while steering the centre-back towards the touchline to create a trap. Iliman Ndiaye gives Everton a clear attacking reference point and so much more now with that consistent end product to match that excitement that he brings. Everton fans, let me know in the comment section down below, how do you feel about him? Because the numbers, they're backing up the eye test. He is absolutely taking this Premier League season by the scruff of the neck.
Want to take your football analysis to the next level? Visit totalfootballanalysis.com now and get a 2-week free trial. Gain exclusive access to in-depth match breakdowns, scouting reports, and expert insights. Don't miss out. Start your free trial today.